Blindside Show. I am your co-host, Todd Herman. This is Trey Thomas.
I am here.
We are here, man.
Yeah.
To talk about, I'm going to try to keep it positive, but it's going to be hard.
What's there to be positive about?
Well, there's a lot of things. You'll see.
Okay. All right. I can't wait.
Well, we played football.
Yeah, football happened.
Yeah.
There was absolutely a game that happened, and then
and there was a lot of lessons to be learned from.
A lot of lessons, many lessons. And that's a game of football. But
it was really hard to watch.
It was very hard to watch. I mean, I'm sitting here watching this game, and and I'm tweeting it out. I'm like, you know what, man, this is almost getting close to me being able to say, all right, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm gonna take a nap. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coming off of just watching Florida State get destroyed by SMU the night before. I mean, Florida State, okay. Before we get on to the Eagles,
let it out.
I just got to get this off my chest.
Yeah, let it out.
In the era of the college transfer portal, I personally believe quarterbacks need to be homegrown. I don't think the gun for hire for 1 year is good. Because our quarterback is not handling it well at Florida State. He's not.
This is what you're referring to.
Yes. He's been bouncing around. This is his third university.
In how many years?
Yeah, you only have 5 to play for, except for except for the Miami tight end that's been in college for 9 years.
What, did he take a mission?
Well, he had like 2 injuries. Yeah, may as well. He
catch a couple more years.
Converted to monk. But he's been in college for
had a retreat.
Yeah, he's been in college for 9 years. 9 years.
Wait, didn't Florida State have a quarterback that played for Chris Wenke?
But he went on to play baseball and came back. He played baseball and then he came back. Yeah. But man, you got guys that's in college now that's 34 years old.
That's
you
wild.
have a couple kickers that's 30. Dog, can you imagine?
I mean, you feel pretty old as a 34-year-old in the NFL.
Yes.
You feel very old.
Very old as a 34 in the NFL. Imagine how you feel in college.
With all these young cats coming out of high school.
Yeah, with SpongeBob backpacks.
Ready to go to the frat parties.
Yeah,
you're 34, like, you boys don't even know.
Yeah, we kids. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a full-blown family. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just feel like, when it comes to the transfer portal, I think that when it comes to quarterbacks, they need to be homegrown. My personal opinion.
The transfer portal is something in its own beast. I don't completely understand it. I don't think it's good for the game in general. I mean, I understand players not getting buried and stuff, but literally coaches have no leverage now.
No, man, but anyway, but let's get back to the Birds, man. All right, so yeah, the game, it happened, and then so we were just talking about this. It started with the coin toss because we deferred. Now, are you a defer or do you want to accept the ball when we win the coin toss?
So the football I was raised in was always should defer.
Always defer?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I would much rather.
Give me the ball. Let's go score.
Yeah, let's go score, especially if we're on the road. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to defer, especially when we're on the road. We kick it off. We'd say, all right, you know what? Hey, we got this. We're going to defer. Show us what you got, Tampa. Baker Mayfield. We're going to come out here. Yeah, we played against who was that we beat last week? New Orleans?
Yeah.
And we came out there with a 5 down front. You know what? We're going to be smart this time. We're going to go back to a nickel defense and let Baker Mayfield just drive the ball down our throat.
Just pick us apart. Made the Pro Bowl yesterday.
May as well. Yes, he made the Pro Bowl. Just drove the ball completely down our throat, and then it's cannons to the left of them, cannons to the right of them. I mean, cannons is just going off the entire game.
Yeah, I don't have fond memories of that stadium.
No, not at all. I hated playing in Tampa. It sucks. Have we ever won there?
Pirate ship? I didn't.
Damn pirate ship.
No, we were the. Remember we lost to that 63-yard field goal.
Yeah, it was like a 98-yard field goal.
After we had driven the field.
Yes, we felt good about it.
105-degree temperature.
And you remember, it was like 120. They were cooking eggs on the sideline.
Yeah. Well, yesterday was also hot. It was like 108.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure it smelled like hot.
With the humidity and everything.
Sure, it smelled like hot garbage down there.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. It was hot. It was hot. You know what? A couple years back, we went to a concert down there, the Funk Fest, and we was in Tampa Stadium. It was 2 Live Crew You know what I'm saying? It was like China Black 2 Live
Sounds like
Crew.
a good time.
Oh yeah, man. 8-Ball MJG, Cisco the Dragon was around there.
Man.
Let me see your thong dancing around. It was wild. But anyway, back to the game. So, the Tampa has just always been a terrible experience for us. And then even with our game we played in, I remember the wind was blowing. It was a windy day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they go to kick this 98-yard field goal, and then the wind stopped.
The wind stopped completely.
Stopped completely. Boom, there you go. And we lose the game.
The curse of the pirate ship.
Yeah, the damn pirate ship. But we won. I think they won there.
I think the thing is, it's just, dude, it's so hard to predict what we're going to have. Like, I was feeling good. Like last week, going into the Saints game, felt like crap. Thought we were going to get demolished.
I did.
They proved me wrong. Look good. Then now I'm like, okay, starting to pull it together. Going to Tampa, we're going to continue to improve, and I think we're going to do good. The offense is going to come together. We're going to put together some points. We're going to put together some nice drives. No, 10 plays for 0 yards with 10 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, you didn't have a first down.
You didn't have a yard until 10 minutes left.
That is ridiculous. You didn't have a first.
I thought it was a typo when I saw it on TV.
I mean, it was just ridiculous. I mean, just sticking on the defensive side of the ball for real quick, because that's what we started out with opening up. I just felt like when you went back and you started playing that nickel defensive front, 4 down, 2 linebackers, and then the only time you tried to build a 5 down is when you put the linebacker on the end of the line of scrimmage and you try to bring a safety down. But it was just, to me, I thought that the defensive game plan was flawed, coming out right out of the gate, especially building off of New Orleans. It should have been coming, whatever we did against New Orleans.
Quite an understatement.
Should have
flawed, yeah.
Yeah, it was extremely flawed.
Walked right down the field as soon as they got the ball.
Yeah,
stopped us immediately.
Yeah.
Walk right down the field again.
Yeah, score again. And it was just, to me, I just felt like, we just continue to get exposed on the defensive end, and then you go back and you look at what was going on. Corners are playing back, and giving up all this space. And when you're getting rid of the ball, even BG, when he did an interview afterwards, and he was like, hey, man, the ball was coming out quick. The ball was coming out at 2.2 seconds, whatever that is. Well, if the ball is coming out quick, what that tells me is that the secondary needs to play up. You need to be a little bit more aggressive. If you're going to sit up there and play back, I don't care who you got on the defensive side of the ball. If the quarterback can keep getting rid of the ball at 2 seconds, 2.2 seconds, you got to have 4 Usain Bolts out there to kind of get to him. Or Tyreek Hills.
Yeah, you got to get there quick.
You got to get there quick because the ball is coming out. But to me, I just felt like it was flawed,
Right, I think that they ran White early on that first drive, and he let everybody know, like, hey, I'm here to play today. And then they were automatically like, well, I wasn't expecting that. And then we're just getting diced up on the run and the pass.
Oh yeah, and then we're the only ones that's worried about humidity. And then we got to sit up there and listen to Tom Brady talk the entire game. Like Tom Brady, what? How do you like Tom Brady as a commentator?
Well, yesterday was really the first day that I listened to him a whole lot. I didn't think he was great. I mean,
he talks a lot.
Greg Olson is really, really good.
I think Greg is good.
And they basically fired Greg, and we're like, here, Tom's going to take your spot.
Yeah, well, Tom is. I mean, you got what, 7
star power?
Yeah, Super Bowl rings, man. I got 7 of these things, dog.
Clink, 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 clink,
what I'm saying? I got 7 of these things, dog. Make room for me. I'm ready now because he took a year off. He took a gap year.
Did you see that? They did have the thing though where they showed the little graphic about Baker and how they asked Baker, we just want you to come in here and make this a fun atmosphere for the guys and really make them like fall back in love with football again. And like Tom was sitting there talking with whoever he was doing the cast with, and he was like, yeah, I don't know. I won a lot of championships, and my goal was never to make it fun for people. My goal was to come in and make everybody around me better and just get everybody ready to win. And he just kind of like shat on that whole thing. Like, football's not supposed to be fun, and that's why I got so many trophies, because I didn't make it fun.
That's why I have 7 rings. It wasn't fun. No, it wasn't fun. And then you have Bill Belichick. I heard, practices aren't fun. Yeah, no, we got work to do. We here. Hey, listen, all that music. We're not practicing to all this music.
No.
Turn all that off. Let's get this working.
How are you supposed to hear how I'm coaching you?
Exactly. With with Lil whoever bumping over the speakers. Lil whoever, because everybody Lil now.
Yeah.
You know.
How come nobody goes with the big? It's not as common.
No,
nobody wants to be Big Pump, Big, Big Papa, Big.
Yeah,
Notorious. You think because Biggie's like gone, it's kind of like you can't use it, almost retired, like a retired rap
retired
name?
The Big. Well, you got Big Sean.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's about it.
We'll look more into this.
Yeah, we have to look see how many more hip hop artists go by Big.
This is a pretty bad L. What was the worst L you remember taking? Playing.
I don't know. Probably was against Tampa when they beat us and then went on to the Super Bowl. that was when we opened the stadium and they beat us that time. That sucked.
Oh wait, with the link?
Yeah, when we opened the link.
You lost?
Yeah, we lost.
Remember when
Tampa.
Remember when they were honoring Reggie White at halftime who we lost?
Who did we play?
I don't know, but his wife came out and was like,
oh,
he deserves better than this.
Oh no. Oh, yeah, that's
dedication games are always tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
You know,
yeah, because you want to come out.
It's like homecoming in high school or college. You want it to be an easy win so everybody can have fun and have a good time. But there's always a chance.
There's always a
chance it doesn't turn out well.
Yeah. So there we go. But yeah, I to me, man, this was a tough L, and it's just all around, just even with the defense. When you go back and you look at the special teams, now you got Isaiah Rodgers, right?
Isaiah Rodgers, I believe.
Okay, so he comes out. First of all, the Eagles put out this tweet about him, about his suit that he had on, and his suit.
Fill me in here, Trey.
His suit had his name in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all
like in the pattern.
Yes.
It said like Isaiah
Rodgers,
in the window pane.
Yeah, but it was like if you put alphabet soup and you just kind of got like all the I-S, and you spelled it, and it was just all Isaiah Rodgers, just all over the jacket, And so they put this out there
like a creative name tag.
Yeah, like that. No one else can wear this. You cannot even donate this.
Not sneaking around.
Yeah, no, this is all you. You know what I'm saying? Like after you're done with it, you should frame it because that's all you. So, they put out this tweet about it, with his suit and everything. It was cool. I mean, all right, cool.
What did the tweet say? Oh,
look at this drip or whatever. Great. I don't know, whatever they say now. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to whatever he has on, and then yeah, I'm like, all right, cool. His name is in the shirt, but so then and then you go out there and you see him throw the punt return, the punter guy because he's punting. Try to throw him into the return guy. And then he comes out and they ask him a question about it. And he says, hey, man, I thought it was a veteran savvy move to try to throw the puntee into the return or whatever, into the return guy. I'm going to throw him into him and cause the fumble. And it was overturned, and now they went hard on, and it was like, all right, we're going to take advantage of this field, and we're going to score again.
Well, obviously the veteran savviness has shifted into a different line of thinking.
Absolutely. like what meeting are you going through where you're like, hey, man, you know what? This is the plan. This is what we're going to do, all right? If you get close to him, just go ahead, throw him into the –
How many years is this guy in the league for? Like how many years do you have to have before you can claim veteran savviness as like your excuse for why you did something? you can't do that in like year 3 or 4. I think you got to wait until you're on the back half, like 5, 6, 7.
Hey, I guess if you're gonna claim veteran savviness, it would have to be at least 6, 7 years.
I would think.
I'm not sure how many years this is for him. I'm trying to get to it, trying to pull it up. But anyway, yeah, man. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've ever. I bet you I've used that before, but maybe only in the meeting room, where I get beat bad on the backside, and then I try to like whirly bird him and catch him on the other side or something like that. And they're like, "What are you doing here, Todd?" I was like, "Well,
I was trying to be savvy.
Because I knew I was beat clean."
Yes, yeah,
and rather for a tackle for a loss here.
And sometimes that works when you do the whole whip around. You got
to act like you're falling though, so they don't think you're actually tugging on the guy. You're tripping, and in the motion of you tripping, you got to do the tug.
Yeah, so you do the little tug, and then you kind of swim move over their back, and it pulls them to the right a little bit, especially if we're going right. It pulls them right and gets them off
slingshot engage.
Yeah, slingshot engage. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Shake and bake. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's there. But but yeah, he claimed veteran savviness in trying to throw the guy into the return guy.
Well, I mean, okay, so how about this? If the ball is getting out so quick, then that's going to mean that we're going to need to do something different because it's going to come out quick again next week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, we got this bye week, so
I mean the next game.
Yeah, so now all they got to do now it did okay. So yes, that's going to be a problem, especially if you're going to continue to play off. You have to be more aggressive. Because to me,
what do you think with all this? Maybe like a 2-man scheme?
Well, you got to play up. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, one of the things I kind of struggle when it comes to understanding coverages and what's going on when it comes to that. But what I do understand is that you need to get up in the receivers' faces and you need to challenge them. You can't just sit back and give them all the space in the world for the quarterback to just sit up there and make those easy reads, quick dump offs. So
this is kind of like in my train of thought. I would think that, and I could be wrong. I'm not a coverage guy, but 2-man would make sense if you're too deep, and then you got your other guys up pressing man in case they get beat early, and you got the 2 behind them.
But the problem with that is that when you got tight ends and then you spread everybody out, so sometimes you got to kind of change it up with the coverages. But to me, the quick fix is to press up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got to get down in there. You got to challenge these receivers. You can't allow them to have all of these free range routes where now they get all these little rub routes, and you allow the quarterback just to get rid of the ball. Because I mean, to me, coverage dictates sacks. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, to me, I feel like if the secondary is going to play back, then the quarterback is just going to sit there and take those easy dump reads. Everybody talks about the Chicago Bears defense because they set the record with the most sacks in the season. I think there was the 85 Bears that has a sack record for the most sacks in the season. And everybody like harps on how many sacks they got, but I look at the secondary like, dude, imagine how good the secondary was.
Yeah, to make him hold the ball.
Because you're making the quarterback hold the ball.
Those sacks all didn't just happen so quick.
No, you have to make the quarterback hold the ball. So to me, coverage dictates sacks. When you go back,
you mean like what Tampa did to us?
Yes. I mean, because what we gave up, 6-7 sacks?
6 sacks, yeah, six. Unless there was a 7th there. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm pretty sure one was called off because of a penalty. But now, yes, some of the coverage was there, but then I think that Tampa did a really, really good job with some of the blitz packages and the timing of the blitzes. I mean, they did some really good stuff when you talk about what Todd Bowles, how they attacked our offensive line.
Yeah, well, I think that, I mean, obviously it's a really smart call for Todd to attack us like that because you got to have a well-meshed group in order to pick all those things up, especially if they ran as well as they were. Mm-hmm. And like these guys up front, they're just not used to playing together.
Yeah, because you got a new right tackle coming in. You got Big Micah that's coming back. You know what I'm saying? He missed half, from last game, and then you had Landon Dickerson had to jump down and play center at some point because Cam he got a little overheated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a lot of moving pieces that's going on. That I think made it difficult. But I think also when you say, all right, you know what, you don't have A.J. Brown, you don't have Devontae Smith, so now that makes it a little more freedom. Oh, yeah, you like, all right, you know what, hey, release the hounds. Yeah. Here we go. We're coming at you.
Yeah, I mean, more positives. Let me think here. Our backup offensive line got more reps. That builds depth for the future. That's a way to look at it positively. They weren't great reps, but they were reps.
Yeah, they were reps. That's awesome. You want to go ahead and go?
Let's see. Saquon looked good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We converted the brotherly shove 2 times in a row for a 4th and 1 and for a 1st and goal.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the
positives.
Okay. The brotherly shove. That was
dude.
Good.
I said when I was sitting there watching it, I was like, if we don't get this brotherly shove right now, the season is over. It felt like it.
Yeah, I mean, they needed it, man. But to me, I think Saquon, when he did get the ball, he looked strong. I mean, he's a good running back.
That's the thing, dude. We know that he's gonna have these breakout runs.
Yeah,
you got to be committed to him, and I know it's hard to commit to your running back when you go 3 and out. That's tough to do, but
don't start with a pass. You know what I'm saying? Don't start the series with a pass. You know what? Let's run it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but hey, okay, you run the first play, pass, whoops, bad call, second 10, run it again.
At least you got something. At least you're ahead of the downs.
I understand.
At least you're ahead of the downs, because then now you start 2nd and 10. Then now what you're going to do?
I'm in that camp. I want to run the ball more.
We're going to do a draw.
You're losing your weapons. You're losing your weapons. Lean on the ones that are producing for you.
I mean, no A.J. Brown, no Devontae. Right out the gate, you know what? First play, we're going to pass it. You know what? We're going to.
They'll never see it coming.
They'll never see it coming. We're going to pass it.
Element of surprise.
And then you had Saquon running down the sideline, but, by that time, everybody like, oh, he should have made that throw. I'm like, no, that wasn't the throw. That wasn't even yeah, okay, he got in scramble mode and Saquon broke off and ran a route, but that wasn't what he was originally supposed to do. Yeah.
No, let's call better plays. Let's put ourselves in a better position to win.
Let's give me a better play on first down.
Players. Yeah. Use the good players.
Use the good players. Get your other get. Now Dallas, I felt like Dallas start. You know what, man? Do we need to go to break before we come back, and then we'll?
You want to get over on the offense? Yeah, we can take a little break.
Take a little break.
Yeah, we'll take a little break.
Take a little break. Refill my beverage, and then we'll come back to y'all, and we'll get it on the other side of the ball.
Spreads, totals, and all the prop bets in between. It's the Gambler.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? Easy Cater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group's size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. Easy Cater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with Easy Cater. Start your order at easycater.com.
Hello, parents. It is Mr. Jim. And did you know it's time for story time? My podcast, Kids Short Stories, was created for our own kids. You see, my wife loved the stories I was telling to them at bedtime, and she wanted me to record them so that they could listen to them in the car or maybe during quiet time. It's now been downloaded millions of times by kids all around the world as we turn their ideas into amazing adventures. You see, kids send in their story ideas, and then I create an awesome adventure about them. Maybe they're stopping the bad guy, finding a lost treasure, or riding a unicorn through the clouds. With a new adventure every single day, we have a lot of fun together. And it also decreases screen time, which we all know that battle. Well, my friends, search for me, Mr. Jim, or Kid Short Stories. So listen to Kid Short Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Are you guys ready for today's adventure? Me too. Let's go.
Progressive presents Renters MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it off. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stings that just will never come out. Down in the rinse straight. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh fights odor in just one wash, guaranteed.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
This season on the new podcast, Rip Current, the story of the only two women who tried to assassinate an American president.
A woman fired a shot at President Ford in San Francisco this afternoon.
One was a protege of Charles Manson.
26-year-old Lynette Fromm, nicknamed Squeaky.
The other, a middle-aged housewife undercover for the FBI.
Identified by police as Sarah Jean Moore.
Listen to Rip Current on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Rip Current and start listening.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Action News meteorologist Peyton Domschke. We've got another cloudy day set up for your Tuesday and the first official day of a new month. That would be October. The clouds are going to run steady with a shower and mist and drizzle chance, especially southwest of Philadelphia. As we take you through your day, temperature is only approaching about 70 degrees, and the clouds do officially break as we near the end of the week. We've got one more day stuck in the clouds. That happens to be Wednesday. We welcome back sunshine by Thursday.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
The countdown is on, and there won't be another presidential debate before the election, but there will be a vice presidential debate. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz for the Democrats.
Kamala Harris is going to stand up and fight for your freedom.
And Ohio Senator J.D. Vance for the Republicans.
We're going to close down that border.
Two vice presidential hopefuls go one-on-one for the first and only time. Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern. Listen on iHeart's 24/7 news channel. Just open the free app and search Debate.
Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D, Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia.
Is that not a ladies know?
A second and goal from the 2-yard line, far side hash moving left. Right under the pirate ship of that north end zone. Mayfield directing traffic, trip receivers to the left, looks that way, throws that way. In the end zone, caught ball, touchdown Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, fire the cannons.
Fire the cannons, man. Damn them cannons.
Are we back?
We're back.
We are back. I don't hear it in my headphones.
Yeah. Damn those cannons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's, I know we don't like hearing it. And I know, oh, my bad. I don't know, But, yeah, there you go. But as a crowd thing, that is kind of pretty cool.
Well, the pirate ship?
Yeah.
No, dude, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Okay. What are the coolest places in the NFL to play? The pirate ship has got to be one of them.
You know what stadium I miss? I miss the Vet, dude.
See, I never got to experience it.
The Vet was so grimy.
Set the stage for me.
Like, dude, it was like, the turf was like a
shitty
welcome mat. Oh, yeah, it was terrible. Like, the turf was a welcome mat that you put out there at your front door, and you
during football season, it's all bright green.
Yeah, it's all bright green. This is just like a giant go away sign. You know what I'm saying? And with hash marks,
with layers of skin left on.
Yeah,
it.
because when you fall on AstroTurf, you're leaving something behind. You're gonna, the AstroTurf is like I'm leaving with something. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it strips you to the white meat. you know, to where you just get like bubbles of blood that come up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but I miss playing in the vet, dude. Like the vet was awesome, dude. Like it was just grimy. You know, it felt like you were playing in a coliseum.
Yeah.
You know, and then like you had holes in the floor. You know, they had little divot areas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The my favorite places to play were like the old historic places. Like, you know that hallway they have in Lambeau that you have to walk out on? And it's like you can barely even fit down
it's all tight and you got to go
and
in
then
there.
the walls are all old, look like they've been smoking cigars in there since the 50s.
Cats at halftime smoking a square. You know what I'm saying? Like they, you know.
I like when you can feel the history.
Yeah, like
you know?
the old Soldier Field.
Yep.
Like Soldier Field was awesome playing in Soldier Field.
Cowboy Stadium was cool.
Yeah, Cowboy Stadium playing there was cool. Like I think you know.
Candlestick was cool.
Yeah,
that was the only one that I've ever played on that was like a baseball field.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That was kind of cool.
See, so because I remember my rookie year, I played the Chargers, and we played on. That was one of the few fields that we played in that had the baseball diamond in it. You got to account for the being on the clay, doing a pass set on the clay.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. I think playing in Mile High was kind of cool. You know, it's different with the high altitude.
Yeah, I had 2 experiences with Mile High. The first time I went, I was all young, and I didn't notice any difference in any like breathing or anything like that. And then the next time we went out, I was telling everybody all week long, like, don't worry about it. It's just something they tell you. There's no difference. It's a myth. And then we got out there, and I was like,
yeah, you're hugging the gas. You're looking for the oxygen man.
I couldn't even talk in the huddle. Everyone's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, maybe I should take it more seriously.
Yeah, the high altitude is not a myth.
Yeah,
fire the cannons.
The pirate ship's cool.
Yeah,
pirate ship's cool.
Pirate ship is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too. It resonates lost to me.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. You know, as something to be in the stadium. All right. But anyway,
yeah.
So now let's talk about the offense, man. We're on the offensive side of the ball.
Patchwork offense.
Yeah, man. So, you know, you have no Devontae, no AJ. All you have is Dallas. And you don't even have Brent Covey.
Don't even got.
You don't even have Covey.
Britton Covey.
No Britton Covey. You know, so.
Dark days out there.
Hey, come on, man. Let's go.
Yeah, next man up.
Next man up. Let's go get it.
Hey, let's get some bodies to fill in at the receiver positions, and let's hand the ball off. Let's get some stalk blockers out on the outside here. You know, let's have Dallas in here so that when he comes into the game, it's not going to be a surprise. Like, whoop, it's a pass.
And then I thought that Dallas, you know, he started off pretty rough. A lot of drop passes, you know. He didn't.
It's a lot of pressure, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
He's like the number one guy.
Yeah, you like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm the main feature.
He's like, wait a minute. No.
I'm the main character.
I've gotten many an award for supporting roles.
Yes, that's what
I feel very comfortable in supporting roles.
Yes.
But to tell me you're not even going to have Saquon be the star today?
Yes.
Like, come on.
Come on, man. Like, what are we doing? You know, I am Tonto. You know what I'm saying? No, come on, man. Let me be that. You know, but yeah, no, you're the guy. And I thought that, you know, just right out the gate, you know, he had some drop passes. You know,
I think our tight end's got to get a little better running or blocking too in the running game. You know, I mean, it's never really something that we ever really want to point out because it's not expected of a tight end to like be a phenomenal blocker or really like add a lot. But you can't get. You can't get caved.
No, you can't get caved. I mean, you have to kind of set the edge. I mean, you know, at least pop the outside shoulder up a little bit so we can kind of create some type of combination block with you. I mean, you can't
at least grab them and pull them down with you.
Yeah, you can't get bookended. You know what I'm saying? I need you to create some type of drive and open up that outside shoulder so that the tackle can fit in. I also felt that at times in pass protection, you know, you got to be able to hold your own now. Because they had one particular play, and maybe it was the early
talking
on.
about tight ends here?
Yeah, with tight ends still trying to protect. You know,
I always thought it was funny watching tight ends try to do pass pro drills.
Yeah, well,
because they get like the choppy feet.
Yeah,
you know, all up on their toes.
Oh yeah, they
super choppy, like
super happy feet.
Like
super happy feet.
Like they're playing basketball defense.
Yeah, because it's like, dude, you got to calm down. You're moving too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, a lot of people, and that's what's funny.
Do more, but do less.
Exactly. And that's the thing that when you talk about offensive line play, like people don't understand. And it's like, oh man, I want you to move your feet. No, I don't want you to move your feet. I want you to calm your feet down. Because the more active your feet are, the higher the chance that you're going to get off balance. But anyway,
I mean the best description for an offensive lineman I ever heard was a controlled assassin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you're ready to kill at any moment, but you're not falling over your feet. You're not tripping all over the place.
Your movements are controlled. And I think the more controlled you play, the better off you are, especially when it comes to your feet. And I think that, once you go to chopping, if a defensive end gives you an inside move, and if you're chopping your feet, you got to think about
it. You got to calm them down.
You have to wait for that outside foot to get on the ground so that you can push inside. So chopping of the feet doesn't necessarily, it might make it look like you're moving faster, but actually you're moving slower because you're going to always be a half step behind. But anyway, that's just my own whole little.
Yeah, I mean, pass sets aren't a natural thing anyway. It's hard to teach a tight end that once they get to the level anyway.
But so here's one of the things that I was talking about.
Self was a good pass blocker.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I thought LJ was good.
Yeah, LJ.
You know what I'm saying?
LJ just like fighting.
Yeah, I mean, LJ is a hilarious dude. But, I'm not gonna even get into that. Like when we all came down to Florida for my event.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, it was a great time. But anyway, so LJ. So I'll go some back to the game. All right, so now you had, I think it was Dallas, where they had like a full slide to the left. All right, so it was a 5 down front, but the outside linebacker that was outside the tight end, he dropped into coverage. And then so whoever the 4-eye technique crossed the right tackle's face. So he went out to the tight end to rush. Well, the right tackle kept sliding left. So now you're going to put the tight end on a defensive end rushing upfield, which created pressure. And as a tackle, you can't keep Why are you drifting? That's
the thing. If you're sliding in a full slide like that, the tackle's got to check his inside gap. If there's nothing there, you don't just go.
Yeah.
Like you stay and hold space for your tight end or come back and help him.
Yeah.
You don't have to go block nobody.
Yeah. So you got 4 guys to the left blocking 2 rushers. And then you got the tight end.
Blocking the hell out of them.
Oh, yeah, we're blocking the hell out of these 2 DENs right here. We got 2 D tackles over to the left. You guys are getting nowhere. We got 4 guys over here taking care of 2. And then you got the tight end back there.
Who was it? Probably Calcaterra or something like
that. Oh,
that.
yeah, he's just like, man, come on, dude. Like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm not built for this. And you got this 300-pound DN running around the edge, which created a lot of pressure, and Jalen Hurts had to end up stepping up. But to me, I just found that at times I felt like our protection was sliding, they were sliding to nothing.
It was an unnecessary slide.
It was an unnecessary slide. Now, one of the things that I felt like Todd Bowles did an excellent job in is that he would drop the outside guys. So there were times where he would fire zone. And for us, fire zone is making sure when that defensive end drops. But then if he did drop that defensive end, the inside guy would be looping outside, and then they would bring the linebacker, which was, but the timing of it, it was.
You're basically just parting the offensive
line. The offensive line because the guard is setting to whoever that 3 technique is, but the 3 technique is going all the way out to the defensive end. So now, again, you got 2 guys.
It's hard to get your backers to be that patient, too.
Yeah, you got 2 guys blocking 1, and then you had that linebacker coming upfield. Now, if that linebacker was slower, then now the guard would have been able to bump back and take that linebacker that was blitzing. That's the same exact play that Saquon Barkley, where the sack fumble, was because of that.
I think we need a whiteboard in here.
Oh, yeah, man. You know what? I've been trying to tell
them.
Up on
the easel next week?
Listen, man, I've been trying to tell them. Because you know how I am.
I know you want to put it up on the monitor.
Yeah, I want to put up the monitors. I need like I need a laser pointer.
Trade Chalk Talk.
Oh yeah, because I really want to show you this. Because you go back and you look at what happened with the Saquon Barkley sack, where the linebacker ran through Saquon Barkley. Well, you got Landon Dickerson and Big Jordan over there to the left. 2 of them blocking 1 because that 3 technique looped outside Jordan. The defensive end that was over Jordan dropped back into coverage. So the 2 of them went left, but that linebacker came right down the middle, ran through Saquon, boom, sack fumble.
What would you say in that scenario if your man had dropped and I was stuck on my tackle looping out? Would you try to go behind me?
No, but my thing is the timing of it, though, there was nothing they could do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it was ran well.
Because, as soon as that defensive end dropped, that linebacker was coming. He was already there.
So there was no chance.
So there was no chance for Dickerson to kind of even bounce back in there. It was just the timing of it was impeccable. I mean, it was beautiful timing by Todd Bowles to even have the way they had that design.
Yeah, you almost have to like jelly set that with the two of them together, and then just kind of sort it out.
Let it sort itself out, but then you soft in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then you're soft, and then they bring the tackle in the end, and they just bull rush you right into the quarterback.
But then, okay, so because there's another layer to it, because now the running, because they're in nickel when they did this. They're in nickel, so you got two linebackers that's in the middle. All right, so now Cam pointed to the right linebacker, the linebacker that was to the right of him. So now the running back, he has to take that linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So that's his man.
Yeah.
But if it was timed up properly a little bit better, if that linebacker was slower, then Landon would have been able to bounce back in, and then now it would have been taken care of because they only sent 4. You know what I'm saying? But because you couldn't get back, now you got Saquon having to take that on the chin, and it was a sack fumble.
Oh, that was the sack fumble there?
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't pretty, dude.
No, I think that you go back and you look at it, and I think that Big Micah got exposed a couple times. You know, he got off balance. You know, playing that, I think that guard kind of got a little, that guard, playing the guard position kind of got him a little bit because he got caught leaning, and, you know, where you got that little butt and go. You know, I thought that he kind of, you know, the defensive tackle worked him a couple times. You know, he gave up a sack, and then he got worked a couple times on some very basic inside moves.
Yeah, I didn't think he had a great comeback here.
No, I didn't at all. You know, and then you had, you know, Fred Johnson. You know, he got, you know, to me, I thought that his set was decent, but he got caught with his feet together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which makes you turn short corner when your feet are together.
And then it's you're not going to be able to stop. Once your feet get together, you get deep into your set, your feet get caught together, and then now once that power comes, you don't have a base to hold on.
Yeah. But also, we got to get rid of the ball quicker. We're talking about that.
Well, I mean, who we got out there? I mean, you
got nobody. That's why we got to run the ball. That's why we got to run the ball.
We got Jahan Dotson out there, and then we got man, you know what?
Number 80.
Yeah.
I go by numbers now.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
got number 80 out there. I think 80 caught a touchdown, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
He
then
did. And then who else we had out there?
I think there was the 87.
Was there? I don't know. They don't even have. You know what? I'm on our lads. You know, depth chart, and they don't even have them on there. They don't even have them listed.
We're deep.
Yeah.
We're building depth for the playoff run that we are going to have.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You're only as good as your backups.
Yeah.
Especially come playoff time.
Well, this was not a good showing.
Right. Got lots to work on.
Got a lot to work on. All right. So now, you know, so you had this game going into the playoffs. I mean, going into the bye week.
No, not even close to it right now.
Yeah, playoffs.
We need to play for playoffs instead of acting like we're already there.
Yeah. So how do you think this bye week is going to go?
So they're on bye right now, right? Because
Yes.
there's no game coming up.
No.
Well, I know they were in there today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got to be
They're
there.
definitely in there today.
How many days a week do you think a team? Like, all right. So if
I'd be surprised if you saw anybody leaving town. Like going to Cabo or anything like that. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, and posting it on Instagram, on the gram, and everything. Like, yeah, I'm chilling somewhere
Yeah,
on the island. Yeah.
Bye week.
So how many days like Big Red Man? If we were like this,
If we were 2-2.
and
Is that what it is? 2-2.
Yeah, but we were 2-2 in 2008. Somebody reminded me of this.
No, we were 0-2, right? Or we were 2-0, and then we dropped to 2-2.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. Somebody tweeted it, and then I was like, oh, okay. Well, don't try to bring us into this.
I think that's when we lost to Baltimore.
Keep us out of this. You know what I'm saying? Let's just focus on what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Don't try to bring us into this.
Yeah, I mean, we know how that season ended.
Yeah, we stood on our own. You know, don't try to bring us into this.
2008, we won the championship game.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, but that's what they were saying.
Garcia,
but that's what they were saying. Yeah.
Jaime.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying. They were saying, well, hey, you know, 2008 started out like this, so you know, give them a chance like we did 2008.
Yeah, okay.
We were built different. Don't
Yeah,
try to put
built
us in
different.
this. No, you know. But anyway,
we weren't leaving the game because our hand was hurt.
No, we weren't leaving because our fingers were hurt. You know, we weren't checking out of games because it's too hot. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot out there.
If we lost the game, it was because of a 63-yard field goal kicked as time expired.
Yeah, it was a 98-yard field goal.
Yes. 98 in the air.
Into the wind. And the goalpost was uphill. But you know what I'm saying?
Fire the cannons!
They were firing the cannons.
Damn cannons.
Damn those cannons. It's pretty cool, though. It's really cool. But anyway, I just felt like, man, when you go back and you look at just overall. So how would the practice week be for? We're definitely in pads. We're getting at least 2 or 3 days of pads.
So do you think physicality is a problem, or you think that's not the problem? You just need to put them in pads, just as like, hey, you guys aren't playing good enough to not have pads.
I don't think they practice.
Well,
I hear that practice is only like 40 minutes. Like a 40-minute, 45-minute practice, though.
I'm out of it, Trey. I don't know. 45-minute practice?
Todd, what can you get done in 45 minutes at the warm-ups?
I can't get anything done in 45 minutes.
Dog, so that means that you can't be getting one-on-one pass rush in. And that shows in the way they're protecting. No, and that shows in the way that they're protecting. I feel like some of the technique has taken a back seat. You know what I'm saying? I felt like when you looked at the sacks that Landon Dickerson gave up, and, he got caught where he took his set and his hands were down. Now, when you have that habit, that's because you haven't been getting challenged in practice because you're used to taking a set. You're used to taking that little set. You know how it is when it's in practice, and you know a guy isn't going to really come into you like that.
I was challenged every day in practice, Trey.
You know what I'm saying?
What did you say?
Nothing. Never mind.
But
But you know what I'm saying? You don't know, so when you take that set and you got your hands down and you like, oh yeah, he's not going to challenge me. So you don't have your hands up. You're not ready to go.
Yeah, because you don't want to get your fingers hit if you don't need to in practice. Because you're like, I got that.
Yeah, I know, but it creates a bad
you're
habit.
Right. You're exactly right.
It creates a bad habit.
You got to practice with tenacity or else you're going to play without it.
Or you're going to play like that. And to me, that's what it looks like. I felt like technique was that Landon getting beat for 2 sacks is absolutely ridiculous. He's too good of a player for that.
I would agree with that. Part of this could have to do with, and I hate to bring this up, but Kelsey practiced very hard. He didn't like practice, but he always practiced really hard. And maybe not having that guy out there, that 13, 12-year vet, going balls to the wall on these plays where he's running downfield and pulling and wheeling it out and stuff. Maybe that's having a trickle down effect, not having that out there.
But everybody got to stand on their own.
I understand.
You can't always you can't always look to somebody.
I'm not saying it's okay.
Okay, all right, my bad. You know what? The pitch in my voice was a little high there. You know what I'm saying? So
no.
I'm going to tone it down. I'm going to have another sip of wine.
No, that would be an excuse.
Yeah,
obviously.
Okay, all right.
That would be an excuse.
So if we're going to build excuses. Okay, all right.
That could be one.
I feel like you got to have, but dude, at this point in your career,
you
can't be looking to somebody else. You that cat. You the cat. You the dude. You can't go. What I look like? How many years this is? 4 or 5 years in the game.
For whom?
Any of them.
Yeah.
Everybody on that offensive line right now, except for Cam, has been in the league 3 years. And even Cam, this is 3rd year.
Yeah.
Who I'm looking to in my 3rd? Who I'm looking to? Yeah, my rookie year. Oh yeah, I want to see. Okay, I got the B-Docs. I got cats like that. That what I'm saying, that I look towards. That's helping inspire me or motivate me. But 3-4 years in,
B-Doc wasn't inspiring you anymore after your rookie year?
Doc, I'm standing on my own by that time. If I'm sorry.
No, I got
you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
And I'm not trying.
Well, that's what Coach Reed would always tell us. Like the same reason you didn't make us run.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys are all professionals.
You're all professionals.
I hope you're in shape.
I'm standing on my own. I don't need to go see somebody else that's gonna make me develop my craft a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? To pay a little bit more attention to the details.
Yeah, something has fallen off. I mean, guys, this is what, year 4 of player coach?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And then so all right, so if it's the player, then all right, then Coach Stout. And I love Coach Stout as a coach. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, some of this stuff you can't let slide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that sometimes, and I tell guys, when I'm coaching them, I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Like, because technique, it takes constant correction. And the moment you let a little thing slide, it creates a habit. And habits are hard to break. So in order for those not to happen, I got to stay on your ass. And it's going to be irritating at times. You're not going to want to hear it. I'm sorry, but I am trying to keep you sharp. And that's what you just have to do as a coach.
Yeah, it's the same reason we had like a pre-practice routine with Juan, where we go out and we do all the same punching drills every day. Every day. It just became routine. And sometimes, here's the problem though. I think sometimes when you know you have a talented group and you know you have I wouldn't say veteran, but an experienced group, sometimes you feel like, okay, now we can really get down to schematics and stuff because we got kind of past all of that. You guys know what your technique's supposed to be and stuff. I'm not saying it's right, but I just think like that's a natural thing for the guys to like, even as a team, like, okay, we got all the pieces in place now. Let's start looking at like what we need to do now rather than, you know, detailing your work, doing all the small things, you know, touching the line as you're running, all that kind of crap.
And that, you know what? And that's why, that's one of the things that I appreciated with Juan. 11 years in the game, every Wednesday was always the same, no matter what. And there was always constant correction. You know what I'm saying? And this is my 11th year in there with
we
Juan.
prayed for him to just come out one day and just be like, you know what, guys, just don't do it today.
Yeah, don't worry about it today. No, it doesn't matter.
Never
Every
happened.
Thursday was the same. Every Friday was going to be the same.
Yep.
And he was very detailed. And it was always, all right, let's watch film. Let's make the corrections. It was nothing that was allowed to slide. Yeah. And to me, especially if your practices are only going to be 30, 45 minutes, then, you know, you really have to deal with the technical aspects of it, because then whatever you let slide is going to show itself in the game. And that's what's happening, especially when you look at the protection part of it. When you're talking about technical flaws, that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, doing things to favor the players and shorten practices, take the pads off, all that stuff is great as long as you're winning.
Yeah.
As soon as you stop winning, people are going to be like, well, why aren't you doing any of this? Why aren't you playing football? Why aren't you practicing football?
To me, I think, you know, and I know I'm an old head, you know, because I turned 50 in November. Yeah, I'm getting there. You know, I've been retired now longer than I played, but I still feel like the physicality of it. There's timing that has to happen. You know, like you need to know spatial awareness, and that can only happen one way. You know what I'm saying? Like there is no, you know, you don't want to finish. I don't need you bull rushing all the time, but I need to have a practice that's going to challenge me a little bit, because there's timing and spatial awareness that has to happen. Yeah. And if you can't wait for game day, it doesn't just click.
You know what some of my most important things were? I felt like that we needed to practice full speed. Passing off drill, the stunts in the game.
Yes.
Not because I needed to like pass this guy off properly. I needed to know the timing of when you were going to be there. So I started to move so you didn't step on my damn foot.
Yeah,
because a cleat on my foot is going to put me off kilt for 2 to 3 plays.
Oh, yeah.
And then also, same thing with Jamal. If he were to step on my foot, that would put me in. If I have both feet stepped down, that's going to put me in a very, very bad mood for at least a series. And that's not anywhere I want to be. And so that's why I wanted to practice those things.
Yeah, but I think also just spatial awareness.
Yeah, well, that all goes into spatial awareness.
Everybody's
you know
going to be, and it helps you with the timing of it. I know that if I'm taking
I
my
could
guy
feel you
down,
before you were there.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like there were times, like we didn't even have to say it. We just felt it.
Yeah.
And it just worked off. You didn't have to just say, hey, go, and then all the communication that's happening when you're on the offensive line. Like sometimes I know that you're going to be there. I can take the guy down to a certain point. I know that you're there because I see the looper. You're already there. I felt it because we've already drilled it. It's been drilled thousands of times. Yeah. We felt it full speed in practice, you know, but if you're going to run this type of practice and you want to say, all right, you know, hey, we want to go 45 minutes, 50-minute practice. All right, you know, well then now the details of the game, you better be sharp. You better be sharp, and you have to be extremely detailed as a coach to make sure that those bad habits get corrected, because if not, it's going to show itself in the game, and that's what you have.
Yeah. Well, I hope this bye week we're spending a lot of time resting, you know, looking over the small details that we need to correct, and then just kind of getting everybody healthy. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see a new rejuvenated team come back.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to need something. You need somebody that's going to play with some fire. You know, I felt like against the New Orleans game, you know, this team played with a lot of energy. Everybody like answered the charge. Everybody came out with a whole new energy about them. And
Yep.
then it's like you go into this game, it's like, oh yeah, we got it figured out. No, you don't have it figured out.
Nope. You thought you did, but you were wrong.
Yeah, no, you didn't have it figured out. Okay, yeah, we missing AJ. And then now, you got to kind of be the type of team too where you just say, all right, you know what? Hey, our dogs are missing, but we're gonna go ahead and answer the charge.
You better get some wins while they're out.
And then you got CJ Gardner, man, and I love the young man. I mean, I love the young man. You know what I'm saying? Like I like a cat that's gonna talk a little something, But then, dog, you got to be, you know what I'm saying? You
gotta take the good with the bad, Trey. Gotta take the good with the bad.
But when he came out there, he was like, "Hey man, I'm from around this way. I'm about to go out here and put belt the ass." And I'm like, "Okay, all right."
Yes, let's
as
see
someone that grew up in the, down there in Florida as well, that resonated. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right,
okay.
all right, I feel you. Let's go see it. And no.
Didn't transpire.
No. And then he ended up tapping out at the end of the game. You're from Florida.
Yeah, he didn't want to be seen on the
You're
losing end
from
of
Florida.
things.
You grew up in this. The mugginess and all that, we grew up in that. What you talking about?
Hold on. Wasn't that he was probably about to go put a Tampa coat on. Wasn't that who was he hate me? Was that Rod Smart? Rick was telling a quick story before we wrap up. I think he was playing for Carolina, and you guys were playing Carolina in the playoffs one year.
And he went and put on
And he was playing for Carolina. But it was after he had already played with you guys for a couple of years, and then he was in Carolina or whatever. You guys were winning.
Yeah.
And I think like right at the end of the game, like Rick said that everybody's up, we just scored or something. Everybody's jumping around. And he turns around, and Rod was sitting there jumping around, cheering with everybody. He had the Carolina uniform on, but he came over and grabbed an Eagles sideline jacket, and he had the Eagles jacket
Partying with the guys. Hey,
He's
man,
like, I don't want to be over there.
and if anybody was going to do that, he would be the guy. He hate me was hilarious. He hate me was a wild dude, man. What a group. Wow.
Yeah.
What a group. But anyway, man.
Well, I hope you guys enjoy listening to us rant, ramble, and laugh. Where are we going to be? Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Thursday, we're going to be at Turk's Head Wine Shop for our Between the Vines show at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's a new wine bar out there in Westchester, man. I'm really looking forward to this one. So we're going to be at Turk's Head Winery in Westchester, man. If y'all want to, man, come have some wine with us. Talk a little football. I don't know. I might bring a grease board with me. I don't know. I'm going to teach y'all this game. You guys are going to be offensive linemen by the time I'm done with y'all.
If you want.
If you want.
At
At least you'll be able to think like us.
It's a thankless job.
No, it's not.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of thinking, though, dude.
No, I said thankless.
Oh, thankless? What do you mean?
It's like nobody thanks you for doing it.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a thankless job.
Maybe it was the list that threw me off.
It's the moth hardware. We're working on it, dude.
All right, man. I'll see y'all.
All right.
Hello, parents. It's Mr. Jim, and I